Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. So this behind me, which you can see over here, is the brand new Porsche Taycan. And what's interesting about this car is that they've just launched their base model, which is significantly cheaper than the Turbo or the 4S that was going previously. This car costs 360,000 dirhams, which is very comparable to, say, like a Porsche Panamera. And this car looks much better than the Porsche Panamera. So today we're going to take it for the test drive. It's got some of the best tech features in almost any electric car. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Let me just show you the interiors of this car. It's absolutely amazing. So here you can see the state-of-the-art steering wheel that they have. This is very Porsche. If you've seen my previous Porsche Boxster video as well, they have very similar kind of steering. It feels super nice. The materials and stuff inside are absolutely A grade. You've got drive control modes over here as well as your normal controls. So this screen over here is very impressive. It actually extends all the way across the steering wheel over here. And that's not the only screen you have in this car, because you have 3 more screens over here. So you've got your infotainment display. You've got an infotainment display just for the passenger seats. And then you've got an additional screen over here for your climate control. You've got the touchpad recognition. You can control everything from your hand being right on the center console. I absolutely love this tech feature. Everything over here looks and feels super premium. You've got 2 cup holders on the side over here of the center armrest. You can press this button, open it up. You get a little bit of space over here, as well as place to put your phone, the wireless charging features. But even the way that these AC vents are designed over here, they're all completely electric. Even these over here, so you can't actually adjust them manually. The blow is determined from the touch console. The rest of it is pretty standard stuff. You got memory seats, you've got your window controls, and you also get the Chrono Sports watch, which is part of most Porsches. Honestly, super impressed with the interior of this vehicle. It looks really nice. I love the seats. They feel super comfortable and plush. The quality of the materials inside over here are absolutely A grade. And the tech, as you can tell, is phenomenal. Now this car that I'm sitting in over here costs 360,000 dirhams. It'll do 0 to 100 in 5.4-ish. 360,000 dirhams. I think this is a pretty amazing deal. But let's go have a look at the back. Now surprisingly, this door handle over here, which is what you use to open the door, doesn't feel the highest of quality. Strange, because everything else in this car feels amazing. Here you'll see the door handles from the outside. They actually extrude from the car. When you are driving, these will go inside for aerodynamics. Electric vehicles benefit highly from aerodynamics, and that's what they've done with the wheel over here as well. You'll see there's a lot of coverage of the wheel so that the wind doesn't interfere with the aerodynamics of this car. In the back seat of the car, the front seat position is set for my driving position. And honestly, there's plenty of room over here, and there's space below the seat as well to put your feet. So, you know, I'm pretty comfortable back here. Okay, the roof height does feel slightly low. I'm about, you know, an inch away from the roof, but this amazing panoramic sunroof that they have over here feels super airy. I wouldn't want to sit in this car for like, say, 2 hours in the back seat, but it's a manageable back seat. And unlike my 6 Series, they haven't eliminated the middle seat over here. I mean, it's going to be a squeeze, but at least you have some space to sit. Unfortunately, they still do have the center tunnel over here, which is going to make it difficult for somebody to sit in the middle of the car. But overall, a bit better than most sports coupes that I've seen, like the A7 or the 6 Series or even the Mercedes CLS. And the backseat, you also get an additional display. It's not on right now because the car's not on, but I think this is for climate control only. And you do get a center armrest as well, if you like, with a couple of cup holders. Honestly, this thing is not the best. You notice throughout the car they have stitched leather interiors everywhere. So even the side panels, the door handles, this part is plastic, but most of it is all leather, which feels absolutely amazing and premium. And here in the front, pretty much everything you see over here is made of leather, and it looks beautiful. I actually love the front design of this, the quad LED headlights and this aggressive looking side scoop over here. It's for air distribution and airflow to the batteries, and just the overall design, very aggressive looking, nice strong like arches throughout the car. definitely looks like a sports car. The little details they have throughout, like this 3D Porsche design. Now to open the trunk, is this button. It's electric tailgate, and you'll see the charging cable over here. It's a pretty good boot, plenty of space in here. And you also get a front trunk. This of course is all electrically operated.
We charge from both sides. This is for AC, the other side is for AC and DC.
Okay. And how do you open that? Is just a swipe?
Yes, right. For AC, this is for DC.
Okay. And how quickly does it charge?
This car, if your home supply is 22 kilowatt, it takes around 5 hours. If your home supply is 11 kilowatt, it will be approximately around 10 hours. Here we have a DC charger which takes 20 minutes for 80% charge.
Range mode, normal mode, sport plus individual.
Okay.
And then you can go for the chassis stiffness. You can put it to sport or sport plus.
Okay.
This is the recuperation. This is a unique feature of this electric car or any other electric vehicles. It's got an electric sound.
Okay.
You know, it gives you that aircraft sound.
Okay.
Now you keep it off while driving. You can see. You can put the Porsche electric sound on.
Okay, but right now it's in silent mode.
Right now it is in silent mode. It has got 360-degree cameras. Lane change assist is there. Lane keep assist is an option. Adaptive cruise control is standard. Cruise control is standard. Adaptive cruise control is an option.
Okay. So what is the difference between this and say a 4S or a...
The 4S is more horsepower, 577 horsepower, 0 to 100 in 4 seconds. Yeah,
This one does 5.4.
5.4. And the 4S is multi-axle motors. You have one motor at the front
Yeah.
and one for the rear, and both speakers are standard. Keyless entry is an option here, but it's standard on the 4S.
Well, that sounds so cool. This is with the electric sound on.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I'm going to park the car here.
Okay.
Now we can start driving.
Okay, so I wasn't really allowed to film while driving the car, so here are my thoughts on the driving experience of the Porsche Taycan. Now, even though this car does 0 to 100 in 5.4 seconds, which is slower than my 6 Series, which does 0 to 100 in about 4.5 seconds, the Porsche Taycan, even the base model, does feel quicker than the 6 Series. And I think that's because of the instantaneous torque that you get from an electric vehicle. It's pretty much the same case in all the electric vehicles I've driven, the Teslas and now even the Porsche Taycan. The power delivery is so instantaneous, there's no lag between the time that you press your accelerator and you feel the performance. So I was really impressed with the Taycan's performance. Even at the base model, it really does feel like driving a sports car. So the Porsche has this sound that it makes artificially inside the car, where it sounds like a jet engine when you're driving the car. It's honestly quite enjoyable. The sound is really interesting. It's different from, it doesn't sound like an engine, but it sounds
Like an aircraft, no?
like an aircraft. It sounds like something out of Star Wars or something. It really gives some level of excitement to the car. It sounds really cool. I think Porsche has done a very good job with this car. Now the handling of the Taycan feels amazing. The Taycan is actually a pretty heavy vehicle, but you don't feel that weight at all when you're on the roads. When you're taking a turn, you'll be more than comfortable taking a corner at like 100 kilometers per hour. Because the center of gravity is so low, it definitely feels like a Porsche to drive. Now I did try launch control on the car as well, and that's when you hold the brake and the accelerator at the same time. It's going to give you the full battery performance at that point of time. It didn't feel amazingly impressive considering the price of this car. But I think if you're going for the base Taycan, you're not going for it purely for the performance. You want it for the looks and the interior. And speaking of which, I think this is one of the most beautiful looking sedans in the world right now. It looks absolutely amazing in real life. It's very impressive. It looks sporty. The interiors are extremely nice, as you've seen previously in this video. The tech features as well, though I would say not as well put together as a Tesla, but still very impressive with the triple, quadruple monitor setup that you have inside. All the tech feels very responsive. All the buttons in the whole car are capacitive. So on the side of the steering wheel, you'll see there's like these gauge clusters where you can turn on and off the lights and other things like that. All those are capacitive buttons. I wish they were physical buttons It does feel a little fiddly to play with those things. And I think for that price, what you're getting, it's probably one of the best electric vehicles you can get right now because the range is really good, the drive is really nice, you get amazing tech in the car, and I would say it's a really strong competitor to the Tesla Model S. It definitely beats the Tesla in terms of build quality and overall feel of luxury inside the car. And it is a bit out of my price range, but man, if I had the money, I would be buying a Taycan today. The car I drove today wasn't actually 360,000. That was the base price of the car. But with options, with extra options, and the car that I was driving today was 430,000. This is where Porsche gets you with all the extra options and things. Like you have to like pretty much spec out everything that you want in the car, and it costs you additional money. The base Porsche Taycan, the absolute base model with less features than the car I had today, cost 360,000 dirhams. Even then, I was on the configurator, and I think you could get a decently spec'd out Porsche Taycan for maybe 380,000 dirhams, around close to $100,000, maybe $105,000. Definitely a car worth checking out. And if you guys like this video, hit that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.